You're gonna go with that frame?
Exactly.
All right. I guess it's fine.
I'd like to pull out of my ear very, very slowly. So we don't know what we're looking at for a while. And then we realize, my God, that was Mike's ear. And inside it was like a tiny little nativity scene. Back in 1980, my high school guidance counselor called me down to his office to discuss my future. Based on some test scores, Mr. Dunbar wanted me to apply to James Madison or Penn State. I told him that money was an issue and that the community college down the road seemed like a better option for me. Mr. Dunbar said a 2-year school was, quote, beneath my potential, and gave me some information on student loans. Then he pointed to a poster that hung on his office wall. Which one of these guys would you like to be, Mike? The caption read, work smart, not hard. It still makes me angry when I think about it. Not just the stupidity of the advice, but the pressure to borrow money. I was 18 years old. I had no idea what I wanted to major in. I had no interest in borrowing money to find out. So I stuck to my plan. I spent the next 2.5 years at Essex Community College. There I took dozens of completely unrelated courses and started to get a sense of what I was good at. At $26 a credit, I could afford to experiment. So I did. Eventually, I earned an AA degree and started working. A year later, when I had saved some money, I transferred my credits to Towson University, and with some help from my mom and dad, I got a bachelor's degree in communications. Total cost for all of it, less than 10 grand. Point is, I was able to start working full-time as soon as I graduated in my chosen field, free from the crushing weight of a student loan. Today, that'd be impossible. Since I graduated, the cost of college has increased 1,120%. Nothing so important has ever gotten so expensive so quickly. Not food, not energy, not real estate, not even healthcare. The question is why? Obviously, I'm not an economist, but if I wanted to drive the cost of college through the roof, I would start by telling employers to make a college degree a condition of getting hired. Then I'd tell every high school kid that their future depended on getting a diploma. Then I'd remove shop class from high school, and I'd make sure that pop culture portrayed all non-college careers as second-class occupations. Finally, I'd make available an unlimited pile of money and encourage those kids with no idea of what they want to do with the rest of their lives to borrow whatever it took to pay the universities whatever they decided to charge. From what I can tell, that's precisely what we've done. We've given colleges and universities free rein to charge whatever they want. And so they have. Now, we have $1.5 trillion in outstanding student loans, thousands of college graduates unable to find work in their chosen field, thousands more who dropped out before graduating but still in debt, and millions of good jobs that nobody's trained to do or even excited about exploring. It's a disaster. But really, why would we expect otherwise? These are the same jobs we've been marginalizing for years. That image from Mr. Dunbar's wall, that image is alive and well in the minds of many parents anxious to make sure their kids live up to their potential. Point is, my liberal arts degree has served me really well, and I would never discourage anybody who wants one to go for it, if they can afford it. But my foundation, we don't offer academic scholarships to four-year schools because, frankly, I think they're too damn expensive. Look, I am concerned, sincerely, that we're pressuring teenagers to borrow vast sums of money in exchange for degrees that don't train them for jobs with the potential to generate enough income to repay the loan. And that's what's happening every single day. The student loan crisis is exactly that. It's a crisis, and the cost of college is out of control. My foundation offers scholarships to people who want to be trained for jobs that actually exist. People who would rather live in a tent and eat beans than borrow money to pay for a lifestyle they can't afford. Mr. Dunbar need not apply. I deplore debt. I do all I can to avoid it. I'd rather live in a tent and eat beans than borrow money to pay for a lifestyle I can't afford. You seen it, Chad? In your mind's eye?
Oh, the cutting back and forth with the animation? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Certainly, I see the image of the plumber's cleavage.